reporting for Kids First, and today I'm super excited to get the opportunity to sit down and talk to Shea Fontana, a writer for TV, film, and even graphic novels, and today we're celebrating the new series for Nickelodeon and Mattel, Monster High. I'm stoked because as a kid, I loved Monster Highs, and I'm so excited to find out more about this series. So without further ado, let's get on into the interview. Hi everyone, I'm Zoe Canela, and today I'm talking to Shea Fontana. I'm super excited to be talking to you because I didn't grow up with Barbies. I actually grew up with Monster High dolls. I had probably over 50 of them, and I love them so much.
Well,
Um,
that's a fantastic collection. So I'm
oh
excited to talk to
yeah,
you.
I was obsessed. I had all the characters. So where did you get the idea to really bring them to life?
So, with the new generation of Monster High, as you are aware, Monster High was originally launched in 2010 and was a fantastic splash and had an amazing, a fan base that loved these characters. So, as we got to this new series with Nickelodeon, we really thought about reimagining Monster High and bringing it into today's world. So, we wanted to make sure that the stories and the characters were relevant to today's kids. So we, took these ideas, the same characters like Clawdeen and Draculaura and Frankie, but we wanted to make them even more diverse and really bring that new level of inclusivity to the series.
Yeah, I think that's why I connected so much with the dolls. Like, no two dolls really looked alike, or you had different versions. I remember I had like five different Jaculauras, and they were all like different versions, but the same doll, and I love that so much. And I've seen Guillermo del Toro shaped water, poor things, and all of these monsters are kind of non-traditional. Do you kind of find inspiration from these like non-traditional monsters?
Absolutely. So, with this new generation of Monster High, we've been trying to bring in even more kinds of monsters and find monsters from even more cultures. So, something that's been really exciting to us is like introducing Coach Thunderbird as a Native American monster. And we worked with a Native American consultant on her outfit, on the way she speaks, on the way she presents herself, and really making sure that this new kind of monster that we're bringing authentically portrays the kind of monsters that we're going for.
Yeah, and isn't it hard to bring these monsters to life, especially like in the teenage world?
It's actually, I think it's really fun to bring them to life. So it's really fun to be able to get into the monster tropes and these like the things that we know about monsters that, vampires can't go out into the sun. So how is Draculaura going to be able to deal with that when she needs to go out during the day? Or, things about Claudine and her ability to transform from human to werewolf because she's a werewolf. So it's been really fun to look at how these monster stories can play in our high school world and how the idea of feeling like a monster and feeling a little bit like you're different and that you don't belong is so incredibly universal to kids. And we realize that, we can show all these different kinds of characters and bring these different kinds of monsters to life in the series.
Yes, and not only that, but also the series itself. What do you think makes this series different from other series?
I think in Monster High, we really have this opportunity to go even bigger than a lot of other series. So, with this incredible world that we've built and this incredible big cast that we have, we're able to show all these different kinds of monsters and not only have the monster stories, but also have the comedy and the heart. We want every story to be, have those laugh out loud moments, to have those moments where you're like, oh, kind of those heart moments where you see the friendship between these characters and really see their relationships grow and then being able to just get into the monster fun of it all and how being a monster really twists everything that the characters do.
Yeah, and I actually, funny enough, auditioned for the series for the voiceover, and I feel like voiceover is really key, especially in a series like this. So what did you look for really in the voices to bring these characters to life as well?
So with our characters, as we looked at casting, we were definitely always looking for actors who could authentically portray the characters that they were being cast as. So, like with a character like Finnegan Wake, we were definitely looking for actors who used wheelchairs who would be able to authentically portray that part of Finnegan, or with a character like Twyla, who's autistic, we wanted actors who were autistic as well to be able to embody that voice. So we always, with those kind of characters, we are looking for that first and foremost. And our casting director and casting team, as well as our voice director, has been able to really kind of take the reins on the casting and being have these incredible voices and just so many fun different voices through the series.
Yeah, and especially because 'cause they're monsters, they're not like traditional high schoolers or just people, so I think you could have a lot of fun with the casting and choosing these unique voices too. And the release of Barbie obviously was like a huge phenomenon, and I think it was executed so well. And I would love to see if maybe Monster High could do something like that. Do you think like a live action version of Monster High 2 would be like something in the future?
I would love more live action Monster High. So there have been two live action Monster High movies that have been premiered on Nickelodeon, and I hope we get a chance to do even more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know as a kid, that's something that I definitely would have loved to seen because I would make up stories with the dolls, but you never actually got to see a story already made so that for kids to enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's a lot more fun to be had with those characters.
Did you also grow up with Monster High, or how did you get involved with the series?
It was definitely after my time when Monster High came out, but I had an appreciation for Monster High from, a standpoint of this being a very cool property within the kids' TV space. So that's how I really first knew Monster High was that it was, I saw it on shelves like everybody else. And then I had worked with Mattel on a couple other series like DC Superhero Girls and Polly Pocket and had the opportunity to pitch for Monster High.
And what makes you more drawn to Monster High, or why do you love it so much? I know for me, it's just the dolls themselves. I don't know, I have that connection with them. Did you find that when you were interested in this project?
Yeah, I think the creepy cool of the dolls is obviously such a huge draw. And I think for the dolls, when they were launched, there was this huge percentage of the population who never felt like they were really represented in dolls before and didn't have dolls that felt like them that now had these Monster High dolls that really spoke to them. So I think that's was really something for me of seeing these dolls that were so different than all the other dolls. They definitely were not like the rest of the dolls in the doll aisle and being able to connect with them in a way that I hadn't with other dolls before.
Absolutely. And finally, what do you hope to accomplish with this series? I know we've been talking about how unique it is and how different it is and how kids can relate to it so many different ways.
With this series, I think we really, first and foremost, we want to make people laugh. So we want people to be able to have a good time watching the series. And when they see the new season one on DVD or when they're watching season two, which will be launched next month on Nickelodeon, it's all about them being able to have an experience that is fun and entertaining and laugh out loud while having these, great characters that are just like them on screen.
Yes, well, I've already seen it, but I'm so excited for this to be for everyone else to watch. And make sure to watch Monster High, the complete first season. Where can we watch it?
The season one is now available on DVD, and then season two will be premiering next month on Nickelodeon.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this interview as Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this interview as much as I did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and check out some of our other awesome Kids First reviewers and reporters on this channel. And I'll see you in the next one.